Hello, everybody. This is Duck, and welcome to another episode of Duck's World. And some big things have happened in between episodes because I had no internet connection. So I ended up filling the top level here with glass. I tried cyan terracotta, and because I had no internet connection, I had enough time to get some of the cyan terracotta in, and then I ended up just grinding for glass because it got way too dark for what I wanted with with the terracotta, to the point where I started placing down sea lanterns for mob spawns to see if I could save it somehow, but I just couldn't get the cyan terracotta to work. So I ended up swapping it for glass, and I did that all off camera, and I'm sorry about that, but I just was having too many technical difficulties not to. But as you can notice up there, we're high. Well, we're high enough there at Y left level 183 that we actually are going to have to deal with snow on our builds up here. So I'm gonna have to get a bunch of string to prevent snow from spawning. But it's cool to have this up here because I was gonna use blocks that I can't see through, and it was starting to bother me because I want to see this in all its glory. Because eventually we're gonna have to build a water elevator here, and I want to be able to see where I'm going. And I missed glass. But I want to see where I'm going as I'm going down into the bottom half of the space. So it's good that I ended up swapping it for glass. And I end up going for clear glass because about halfway up the walls that'll have glass here, I'm probably going to switch from the light blue glass to the clear glass, just so that I can kind of keep a little bit of some visual variety while also having see-through base properties, because I really like the fact that I can see to different aspects of my base without having to actually go to it. So I actually do like the glass. As people can clearly tell, I like the glass and being able to see through stuff. And because my computer sucks, I can get a really interesting visual effect going with the rendering of these glass textures. So that's kind of cool-ish, but it's because my computer sucks. But what we were going to do today is we are first going to fix my hotbar, because that's going to bug me all episode that my pickaxe and axe are in the wrong spot. But we're also going to work on some of this copper, because I think I've got an idea on what I want to do with the aged copper, and I need quite a bit of it. So I'm going to start taking this up, because like I had said before, I've been hating on this copper all series, and I'm still not a huge fan of it. But it has come to my attention very recently that I actually kind of like building with it. It's a good color to build with. It's a good blue teal green, which is kind of the color that I'm going for with some of the stuff for the base. So I'm going to take it up, and I'm not going to be working on the bottom half of the base in today's episode, just because we've got enough of that done that I can do that in a stream or off camera. But I really want to establish the rest of the base's atmosphere first before I go to finish that off. So there's that. And I'm also going to be taking some of the copper probably that's not fully aged yet, because it'll get there eventually. And it's a good way to show the passage of time. So I'm going to take all of it. Not all of it, but I'll take a good majority of it. Just for the fact that I'm going to need it to build. And I would like to get a pattern figured out during today's episode with all of the copper possible. So that's what I'll be doing. And I know I did not put this in an efficient manner at all. I'm well aware of that as I'm taking this up. But it's here nonetheless. But I took so much copper. Golly. I hope I have enough, though. But pick that up. Where's some more? There's some more. How much do I have? I have 40 of the regular, 2 of the slightly weathered, and a couple of the other regular. Alright, we'll have to take a lot more of that. Because I'm going to try, and I don't know how good it's going to be, so this could, excuse me, so this could be a fail. But I'm going to try to make a corner for the base, because right now that glass right there has no corner. So I need to fix that. That's the hope. That's the goal. So we're going to work on that. And I think I've got enough to at least establish what I want to do first, and then I can work on it. So let's go up here, and then drop down, and let's try it with the actual oxidized copper to make sure it would look good first. So if we do 1, 2, 3, and then we do something like that, and then we peel it off. I don't really have very good scaffolding blocks because I've got sand. All right, I'll have to find some scaffolding blocks, but let's try it over there. So if we do something like that and then have it wrapped down, or would it be better? I think it'd be better if it was slabs. We might have to take. We'll make these slabs, and then I'll show you what I'm thinking about doing. But the stone cutter's all the way in the old base, which is a problem. So we got to go find that first. But I'm going to try to cut the copper so that it looks like there's going to be a support beam in each corner. And that's probably going to be what I'm going to try to make the corners be is copper support beams. So let's try that actually. We'll throw in some copper, cut copper slabs. This is all going to be weathered as well, so that'll be fine because it continues to weather after it's cut. Correct? I hope that's right. We'll have to double check that, and I just did all of it, so that's going to be a problem. But I think that it will look good if we do that. So let's go up here, fly back, make trips. That's kind of why I've been doing a lot of base work off cameras because I've got to do that constantly and it takes way too long. But if I do something like this and I completely whiff my landing platform. I've got a 600 block landing platform and I whiff and miss it. But if I go over here, I'll place this down in the corner and maybe do more of a pattern out here. And then something like this. So it's kind of taking out the corner, and then we would bring this out maybe. Bring it out 1, 2, 3, and then down. I think that would work. I think that'll look good. Alright, let's go work on the other ones. Just make sure that it works well. Walk over the snow. Yeah, I think that would look alright. I'm trying to incorporate copper into this design here because I'm going to have a bunch of it later on. But it's best if I just start flying. But I'm trying my best to incorporate some designs that will be used later in the base build as well, to kind of make sure that I get a more unified build, and that's why it seems like it's kind of all over the place with what I'm doing, but I want to make sure that I get something unified. I messed that up, didn't I? Which is why it seems like I'm not sticking to one particular thing in the base, but that's because I've got to ensure that I'm making a unified build first, because I'm not usually that good at that, so I'm trying to get better. And that's really the whole point of this big base building project, is I get to do something different and see if I can get good at it. I whiffed again. I missed it again. How on earth do I miss such a large target? It's kind of embarrassing. That shows you how bad I am with an elytra, that's for sure. Oh, I misplaced that. And we do that, and then we do that. And then let's try to see if we can get this elytra to work for this last one. So come all the way across, and drop. There we go, that worked. So we do this number, and then corner, and we do this and this. I've got to ensure that I did that with 3 of them. I got to make sure it's right with the first one I did. But I think that could look good. Yeah, so if I do this, and then I got this coming out, I don't think I want that. I think that I'm going to actually take that out and try to catch these. Try to catch them. Okay, I didn't catch them. I also, wow, lag, I died. Holy cow, that's a problem. Alright, and that's a bigger problem because now I've got to go back over there to get my stuff. But yeah, that was a lag and a half. I guess I was falling straight down, but I didn't think I was. But I was going to try to catch that copper, and that was a famous last thing for me to try to do. So I'll have to add to the death counter. Maybe, I'm not sure how the death counter is going to work in the future, if I'm going to be completely honest. Because I've got a good death counter. I'm wondering if I need to retire it at some point or change it, just because it's kind of getting obsolete being in my old base and it being cobblestone. Because it's just been sitting there for a long time and I just add one death every 2 or 3 episodes. So I'm wondering if I need to eventually make it a little bit more relevant or retire it altogether. So I would like to know your guys' thoughts on that as it starts raining. Let's sleep in here real quick and then I'll find my items. Oh, my items right here actually. Never mind. Let's take all this up. Realize that I'm stupid because I died again. At least I think that all my stuff is relatively close. So let's put that back on. That. Axe, shovel, bow, swords over here. I'm missing some stuff. I'm missing my pickaxe amongst other things. I can't see though because I'm blind, so let's actually sleep real quick. We'll sleep and then we'll go and look for the other stuff. So it is now no longer nighttime. Make sure my pickaxe isn't right next to me. Oh, and here's the other stuff. Other stuff fell over here. That was dumb. I feel like an idiot for doing that. Do I have my pickaxe? I still don't have my pickaxe. Where'd that go? I gotta look for that real quick. Sorry. Because I can't be losing stuff to despawn at this point. That's not good. So it was a corner. I was coming down to chase it from the corner, and I fell right here-ish. So it should be around here somewhere. Did it fall into... It could have very well fallen into the water. There it is. Found it. As well as all this other stuff. Alright, well, that was not a good distraction, but it was a distraction nonetheless. So let's get this up. Let's put the food back in its spot. And I'm thinking that we should go back up there and see about making the corners a little bit more supportive. But I'm going to probably go back actually make some scaffolding, because that seems like a smart thing to do. Or just grab some blocks for scaffolding. I don't know which would be cheaper. But I'm going to go do that, and then from there we'll actually get these copper corners figured out. And hopefully we won't die again. Alright, so we have acquired some scaffolding blocks, but we also have a big mess in our inventory that I've been actually kind of toting around for the last couple episodes now. So I'm going to actually drop some stuff off. I don't need any more of the sand because I just smelted it all. Gunpowder is fine. There are the string, terracotta, lanterns are fine for now. I'll need them later, but we're fine for now. Wheat seeds, don't need. Rotten flesh, definitely don't need. Or flower pots. That was back when I went into the desert. Sugarcane's fine. Leather's fine. Alright. Let's try this again. But if we go up here and we try again, realizing that this is really laggy. Actually, to fix that lag, let's actually... I'm sorry. I do this on camera way too much. Let's turn down the render distance a little bit. I'm sorry that I keep doing it on camera, but that way I'm ensuring that it doesn't stay laggy for you guys. So that was a little bit of a distraction. I'm sorry. But if we do this, now we come up here and we come down, hit the floor. And from here, let's actually use good old scaffolding blocks, which I used pumpkins for because I have no use for them at the moment. So if we do this, and if we come along across here, and we do that. Alright, so we've got some scaffolding down. So from here, I want it to come out and then come down. And from this corner, it's gonna probably come down to the water, maybe? Actually, I'm not sure that I want these here. I'm gonna pull this up. I just had a thought. like I had said last episode, I am going to end up having several big structures in each side of the base, and they're going to be added right here where this concrete is. That's why this wall has been extended a couple blocks, because there's going to be a big structure that connects to the base from here and goes out. It goes out from here on each side. So I'm wondering if I actually don't want the copper in the corners, but I'm actually going to want it on top of the structures. I think that's what I'm going to want. So I'm actually going to pull these down, and I'm thinking actually it might be best. I lost some copper. That's going to be bad, but I'm not going to try to catch it again. I'm thinking that it might actually be beneficial for us to start on the side of the side structures. I think that might be smarter, because that at least ensures that we are making some progress with the skeleton of sorts of the base, because that's what we're working on now. That's what we'll be working on for quite a few months, is a skeleton for the base. So I'm wondering if that might not be the more prudent move. So I think I'm going to do that, but that means I got to pull up all this copper, and it's significantly more annoying to travel across the space at the moment before I get the fast travel method in. Because yes, I will have a fast travel method. I'm so lazy that even these 127 blocks, I will have a travel method for. But let's actually work. I think we should work on. I was gonna say let's work on the side structures, but I need to do some more designing for it. So what we've essentially done currently in my brain is erase the progress that we did have. But what could we do? What should we do, rather, is what I'm meaning to say. Let's clean up. I think we should clean up and almost die again. We should clean up this space, because this is disgusting. I don't need this here anymore. I think it would be wise to clean this up. So what I've essentially done, and what I'm essentially saying, and I'm gonna keep saying it, is that I have erased the progress that I wanted to do in today's episode because I don't have a good design down. So that's where we're at. So I think what we'll actually do, I'll keep you guys here just so you guys can see more of the process and why my brain sucks, is I'll keep you guys here so that you can see the process. Maybe not. It's cleaning up. I don't know if I need to show you guys that. But I think that actually we will hold off on this base work today, although I wanted to do it. I'm thinking that it might be smarter for me not to, and I'll clean up later. I'm scatterbrained right now. I'm sorry. But I think that what we should do, actually, is I think that we are in desperate need of doing some nether work, I think. I think that is what we need to do today. I'm sorry that we started off with something and then I immediately am deciding not to do it. I seem to do that a lot, and I apologize for that. And that makes for an episode that's pretty boring, and I apologize for that. But I think that we actually should do some nether work, because the nether needs work. And I don't have a place to store my stuff. I need planks. Oh, I've got the planks. Perfect. Where's the crafting table here? I think that would be smart, because it is going to be vital for me to get a good nether base area that's safe, because obviously everybody knows that I'm not safe. But we should be working on that instead of working on the base, because the base is a year-long project that I'm just getting started with. The nether project should have been done a year ago. So we should do that, I think. And I don't know how much we'll actually get done in this episode, just because of time and resources, especially since I just wasted half of the episode trying to plan stuff out. But I think that it would be smart for us to do that. But that being said, I am getting smarter, and I'm getting rid of all the stuff in my inventory so that I don't lose stuff. Which means that I'm going to have to go through my storage system and take all of my my less enjoyable armor and stuff like that, and take that, because I am not about not about to take my good items in with me. So we'll need to find that. Somewhere there, I know there's a diamond chest plate in here that I keep looking at and I can't find. I really kind of need it now. Actually, let's take those ender pearls. I think I'll need them. That's mostly food. That's not anything. Nothing there. Where's all the stuff? There it is. Mending, fire protection. I'll need a diamond pickaxe and a sword. And I've got more shulker shells. I got two boxes worth of shulker shells. I should use those soon. But I go in here and in here with this, and I won't need logs. What will I need? I need to figure out a design. Let's actually do that first. I need to figure out a design that I can use for the nether. And I'll show you what I mean. Because right now the nether is a mess for me. It's just an absolute trashy mess, and I need to fix it. Because I mean, look at it. It's nasty. Because this is all messed up. I've got blocks everywhere. I've got 2 nether portals so close to each other that are unnecessary. It's a mess. And for me to get to my base, I actually have to go to this portal, which is dirt over lava. So you best believe that that's very safe. That's very, very safe. But I mean, this is the nether highway that I have to what was going to be the industrial district, but isn't anymore. But it is to a bastion. So I really think that this needs some work, and I think the best way to start that work is actually probably the biggest thing is to pull this portal out, actually, because then we can have the portal actually linked to the right spot, and then we can just remove what's here, because this is nastiness, and I don't need it here. So that's what I think I'll do at the moment, is pull that off and probably clean up a little bit. So I'll catch you guys when I actually have this portal down and I've got a design for what we're going to do for this, because it's just an inordinate mess at the moment. So I need to fix it. So I'll catch you guys when I've got an actual plan down for what I'm doing. Alright, so the nether portal is down. I'm going to see if we can get it to pair up with the base portal now, to ensure that we don't have to worry about that second portal, so that it all pairs up nicely where it needs to go. There we go, that works. Let's go. That's good. We got that figured out. So that this area here is unnecessary now, except for the fact that I need some way, first of all because this lodestone's here, but also I've got to have a way to get to the fortress, nether fortress over there, which I will probably be using a little bit more of here shortly, because I would like to go back to the end at some point and finish some of the projects that I was going to do, and I'm going to need potions for that. So I'll need to go back for some blaze powder. But let's just get rid of this, because this is nasty. And in terms of cleaning up, it could just be removing all the crap that I have around here. So my cleaning up is not very particular, but I don't need these pillars of stuff everywhere. And it's a little unnecessary to have that all over the place. And actually, this portal also is a little bit irrelevant. Oh, there's skeletons shooting at me. Considering that now this portal works properly, because that portal, ouch, I didn't mean to walk off. The portal that was here actually went into the caves underneath my base, so it was in just an inconvenient, unnecessary spot. But now I at least have a means that I don't need to use that portal, because that portal went up to the overworld, so at least I didn't have to go through caves. That's why that's still there. But now that I have this, I might not need that at all. But I'm not going to pull it down yet, because it might be a necessity later that I have it. So I'm going to leave it there, because transporting villagers is a whole lot easier through the nether with that portal than this one. Because if I had to use it for the iron farm, because number one, the portal's close to the iron farm. Number two, if I have villagers, I got to deal with this stupid water elevator with villagers coming through the base. So it's just better that I don't use that if I can prevent it. And it is nighttime. I was going to actually probably what I was going to do is I was going to do some more work on the base. I'm scatterbrained today, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just all over the place, but I was going to work on the nether. I cleaned up a little bit. I'm fine with that. And now I think that it's probably best that I do some more work because I don't want this to turn into last episode where we only did a little bit of work. So I think that we should do that. We should go back and figure out what we need to do for more of the base. So I'm probably going to actually work on the bottom half is probably what I'll end up doing. And yeah, let's do that. And then from there we can determine what we want to do for those other structures and that copper. I think we can probably worry about that in another episode. Because I think that I should just get more of this bottom half of this base done because I already did a bunch of stuff off camera up here and I need to plan out more stuff because I've got stuff written down in a notebook and also on a creative testing world. Whoa, I missed. But I don't necessarily have every detail down, and this is the point in the base where I died again. Come on. Oh, crap. Well, I've got 2 deaths to add to the death counter, so let's do that quickly before my items despawn. 2 deaths to the death counter, and then what I was saying is I'm to the point where I need to start working on minute details so that I don't have to rebuild stuff later. But I also need to be a little bit more cautious about what I am doing in terms of making sure that the base looks proper and clean, because at this point it's a necessity that I make sure that it looks good before I start adding stuff to it, because once I start adding stuff to it, it's very difficult to go back to that. So I don't have another elytra. Crap. So I've got to find... Is there an elytra in spare storage? I kind of doubt it. Alright, there might be one in my ender chest, but I gotta be quick. Otherwise this despawn timer is gonna be a pain in my butt. I would lose my elytra, and I really don't want that. Tools. Please have an extra elytra in the tools. Of course there's not an elytra in the tools. Valuables. Yeah, there won't be anything in there. I don't know why I have terracotta in there, but... portable beacons. No food. No. Alright. I know I have an extra elytra. I just gotta find it. But yeah, what I was saying is it's to the point where I need to work on getting the base up to looking good so that I can just straight up just work on stuff later on and not have to worry about making sure it looks good. But I do need to find an elytra. At the present moment, I need an elytra. And I had... Forget it. I'm using gravel. Let's go get that. We got to pillar up. It's going to be a pain in the rear, but we got to go do that now. It is essential that we get that elytra back, because apparently I don't have an extra one like I thought I did, so we got to go. So let's get that going, and hopefully we can get there before the despawn timer goes off, because I'm very frustrated with the amount of times I've been dying today, and I don't know why, but it's just been rough. I think that a lot of things have been rough in this episode, but that's one of the ones where I'm like, I shouldn't be dying this way. It's just unnecessary. But it's I guess it's Duck's World, where I die all the time and I suck at Minecraft. I'm just bad at the game. Why'd I do that, speaking of? But I don't know why I keep doing stuff like that. It's silly. At this point, I'm building mega bases. At this point, I shouldn't be dying to fall damage because I don't know how to use an elytra. And we're on what? Episode 67, 68? That's just sad. And I will be the first to admit it that it's sad for me. But yeah, we should be fine. I'm going to run out of sprint before I get there, but we should be fine. But yeah, that was kind of... I guess I should be laughing at that. That was kind of hilarious, but I can't even get one word out edgewise before something goes wrong. And my commentary sucks because of it. But yeah, what I was saying, I need to get stuff figured out in minute details in a testing environment before I work on this the entire time. Because I've got the details down for the bottom half, so I can work on this. Like I've got that pattern for these fill-ins for the floor. I've got that down, so I don't need to worry about any other details on that. But anything other than that, I don't have necessarily set in stone yet. So I need to get that finished and corrected first. And I spent all that time looking for an elytra, forgetting that I have a water elevator right there. Good grief. I'm silly sometimes. And this, yeah, this is going to just be a silly. I'm out of sprint. This is going to be a silly episode to edit because I've really not done much. Oh, there's the golden carrots. They fell down. Ah, I can eat. Let's go. I can at least swim. All right. But I need that elytra. I don't really have anything else on me other than that elytra. Some of those ender pearls would be good to know and to have, but that's not an essential at the moment. So let's go up. I need that elytra back, please. But I apologize now, and I'm going to say this probably one more time. Maybe not, maybe more than that. For today's episode, just because it's all over the place and it's not really very coherent. But I apologize for the fact that it's just all over the place. Today's episode's been interesting, to say the least. The only thing I'm missing is what I need. Where's the elytra? Where is the elytra? Hello? Where'd it go? I need it. Where did it go? Come on. So I died right there. Stuff poofs out. I should see it floating. Where is it? Where on earth did it go? Come on. Where are we? I need that now. Please. Please, can I have it? There it is. But yeah, I apologize now for this episode being an all over the place mess. It's something. But I think we should work on this a little bit. Get maybe a couple more of these patterns done. I probably only have time for like four or five, but we can do that. But let's clean out this inventory first because this is all over the place. But what I need is I need the sea lanterns, dark prismarine, light blue stained glass. Alright. So if we come up here, and we've got lantern, not lantern, lantern, not lantern, lantern, not lantern, lantern. Alright. So let's place this down. Let's start this out. This is getting very repetitive, I know, so I'm going to speed through it. And this might be the last time you see it on camera that I work on this, unless it's on a... I fell down. Unless it's on a stream. Just because this takes a long time and it's very repetitive. And also I keep doing that. I keep falling down. But once we get to the point where I can stream, I've just had some internet problems. Come on! That's the third time. That's the third time. Third time today. Come on. That's ridiculous. This is almost as bad as the series premiere of this series. I died 7 times in that episode. I've died 3 times here. I guess that's only been outmatched by the stupid raid that I did the first time. That was bad. Oh wow. Okay. Well, this is ridiculous. I'm not gonna have you go back on this trip with me again to go get my stuff. I'll go get it, then we'll be back, and then I'll actually work on something for once today. All I can say, and all I will be able to say, is that I think that my use of the elytra is getting limited in my patience. So I might actually, at the end of today's episode, I might put my elytra away in a place where I won't get to it, because every time I use it, I die. And it just makes it impossible for me to get any work done. And I really need to get work done, because this episode and last episode, not very much work got done. And at some point, I need to actually get work done. Otherwise, this base project taking a year might take 2 years, might take 3 years at this rate. Because I just take way too long to get anything done. So I think that it'll be necessary for me to do that, and I think I'll do that at the end of today's episode. But all I can say about what has been going on today is absolute stupidity, and I apologize for it. In fact, it might be best that I sleep for once, so that my spawn is set here. So if I die again, I'm not gonna have to worry about it. But which side did I even die on? Was it this side? No, it wasn't this side. It was that side. Was it? Where did I die? But yeah, this is just absolutely stupid at this point that I keep doing this. No, I was on. So I fell down. I was flying back, so it would be over here. I think it'd be over there. But yeah, this is rough. This is not something I anticipated. There it is. This is not something that I anticipated would be a problem today, but it is. And again, I'm missing my elytra, which means that it fell down this time. I know that it fell down. It's got to have. Yeah, it's right there. Is it right there? I don't see it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this is getting sad and embarrassing, and apparently also hilarious. But come on, I need to fix this. And I'll do that at the end of today's episode. So we'll only probably get one or two ish of those 3x3 squares done today. So yes, no progress again, and I apologize for it, but I hope it's entertaining at least. Entertaining that I suck. So light blue stained glass prismarine, and the sea lanterns are gone, but that's okay. I'm gonna have to go back to the ocean monument to get more anyway, so I'll just use some from this chest. And I've got plenty, so it'll be alright. And I lost the diamond pickaxe, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. There's a good thing that I didn't put anything besides my elytra and my good stuff on, because that would have been a problem had I lost some more stuff. So let's do that. Let's do that. I don't have food on me. That's not a good problem to have. Is there any food here? I don't want to go back to the base. Any food at all? No. Sure, we'll use the rotten flesh. Why not? We're going back to the days where I didn't know what I was doing and I was actually eating rotten flesh. But I don't have very much time left today, so I think that that's okay. So we'll just eat that, do a little bit of regen, hopefully. Yeah, just enough to regen my health a little bit. And we'll do one more of these 3x3s, and then we're going to go ban this elytra for the time being. Alright, so that should be up. There's that, there's that. And here's that, and that actually needs to be... but without a silk touch pickaxe, that's a waste. That'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Today's episode's almost done, so I don't need to worry about it. Alright, there's the 2 platforms for today to say we did something. And I do apologize that we haven't done much of work. But I need to go fix something. And we're going to do that right now. I'll even leave you here with me. We need to ban this elytra for a considerable amount of time. Because I can't use it, and I'm dying. I had died 3 times this episode. I think that puts me tied for 3rd most deaths in an episode this series. Only beating out by the time that I ended up... The first time I did a raid, and I died 27, 30 times. And then the series premiere where I died 7 times. Dying 3 times in a single episode is rough. Especially this far into the series. This shouldn't be happening. Open, please. So what am I going to do then, you may ask. I'm going to do what I was trying to do and trying to find when I lost it the first time. I was trying to find it in the tools shulker box. And what better place to put it than in the tools shulker box? We'll put it right there. That way I can't find it easily. And then we'll break that. And we'll pick that up. And we'll put the tools shulker box in the ender chest. And let's pull out some of this crap out of here while we're at it. Don't need the suspicious stew. Don't need the terracotta or the prismarine. That's all out of there. All right. So what we've essentially done is we've banned the elytra for the time being, and I will live by that. Don't you worry. That'll be something I will live by. But unfortunately, that's where I'm gonna have to end. I'm so sorry that this episode didn't have very much progress in it, and that it was relatively uneventful. I hope it was entertaining at least. Although it really, it was rough in terms of lack of progress, but I hope it was fun at least. And I promise that the next episode will bring some more progress, and I won't be a dummy dumb this time. And yes, that is very mature of me to say dummy dumb, so I apologize that I said that, but it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching. As always, your support means a lot, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Adios.